Day 2 of the Medical Me and Brain Shot Therapy Challenge. Woo! So here we are. Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer. The stabilizer. A lot of people have been betrayed. Their trust broken. They've had hard times in life. All kinds of different emotional wounds. We're going to go into detail about it. We're going to find out from the Brain Saver books what happens inside the brain when we're betrayed, when someone gives us bad news. What goes on inside here? What's the mystery? How come our brains get so screwed up when we have something bad happen, or some kind of challenge, or some kind of problem in our lives, and our brain gets all twisted up? What happens inside of there? Day 2 of the Medical Me and Brain Shot Therapy Challenge. Okay, let's get the books out. You guys, I'm excited. Look what I got in front of me. Some incredible ingredients. Ingredients that go together, and they do a lot of incredible stuff for us. So I'm excited. We're here, day 2. You guys excited about day 2 or what? Because I am. Okay. Here we are. We're in the book, the Brain Saver book, as we speak right here. And this is what we're doing. Check this out, you guys. The Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer right there. Right there. That's it. Check it out. I'll show you one more time. That's the one right there. Get ready to... Did you guys do it already this morning? Spirit of Compassion is telling me a bunch of you guys have already done it. Maybe a half. We're going to do it. I'm excited about this. So what's going on with this Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer? Like, why is this in here? I asked Spirit of Compassion, why do you want a Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer? And Spirit of Compassion told me when I was sitting at my desk and I was writing the information down. What SOC said was people have these wounds. They get injured in the brain from all kinds of different things. Breakups, relationship breakups, confrontations, divorces, all kinds of other issues, bad news, all kinds of stress, all kinds of broken trust, all kinds of letdowns. And it compiles inside the brain, little injuries in the blood vessels, and we need to heal and fix it. And then the emotional wound stays in there, and it percolates, and it festers, and it rots inside of us. And then we carry it on, and we bring it on. That's what happens. We bring it on to other people too. When we're injured, and we got those emotional injuries inside our brain, and it's not cleared, it's not lifted, it's not healed, then we're actually holding on to those wounds. And that's why. So it's like, okay, incredible. This is going to be an amazing brain shot therapy right here. Powerful brain shot therapy. And one of the most important. So let's move on a little bit here too. Let's go on to the next little thing. Brain shot therapy. So I'm in the book right now. Medical medium brain shot therapy offers instant relief. Instant relief while it's actually healing everything from deep within that issue, like betrayal and broken trust. They're designed to be highly absorbable in the mouth. This is incredible. So the brain shot therapies were created to absorb quicker than anything else in the mouth. So when they enter into your mouth, they absorb faster. Now, if you had just spinach or a mango by itself, it would not do that. What's incredible about this, it has to be the mango, the spinach, the celery, the turmeric, the lime, in the ingredients and the levels that they are, in the order that they are, for that incredible power to kick in. So they absorb so quick when they enter the mouth. And what does that mean when it absorbs so quickly when it enters the mouth? It goes to the brain fast. It drives to the brain. So I've tried this betrayal shot a few times last week. Since I did it, all my symptoms started feeling better, like healing betrayals let me heal other things too. Now that's incredible because that's how it works. When you're clearing the house of injury that we don't know that's sitting in here. I mean, it'll just sit in there for years. We live our life We've been hurt, and that resolve never really happened inside here. That resolve never really happened inside the tissue. It never really happened inside the brain tissue, the soul, all of it combined. So it sits with us and sits with us. And it just kind of percolates through us and doesn't go away. And we try a lot of things to get it to go away. We do. We try a lot of different stuff. We do the yoga and we do all kinds of other things. And we exercise. We do all these things to try to get that to go away. We go on spiritual retreats. We do all these meditations, right? But we need also a real kicker. A real kicker. Something to, boom, really hit it so that everything else you're doing also helps. So all the things that you're doing, your meditations out there. So many people are doing different meditations in the world. All the things you're trying, your yoga, whatever it is, your exercises, everything that you're doing, your nature walks, everything that's helping with emotional injuries of the past are there to help, but we want something to slam that betrayal out of you. Kick it so hard out of you. Activate that push to get it out so that when you do all those other things, healing happens. The adrenal fight or flight shot was so calming, things got very still. I felt that too when I took one. I took one recently. I could see my thoughts going by, but was not attached to them. That's incredible. The adrenal fight or flight shot. Here's the thing about these brain shots. They're going to do a lot of different things, and you're going to experience that. I was promised that from above when I was putting the information in here. And I was like, well, this is going to be incredible. So that means that someone who's doing this adrenal fight or flight, they're doing this brain shot. This is going to happen. And SOC was just like, yes, but you have to prepare them. I'm like, what do you mean prepare them? How can I prepare them? I don't understand. Well, I remember sitting at my desk and SOC said, you have to prepare them. You have to forewarn them so they're not caught off guard because they're that potent, because people don't get instant relief out there. And so when you get instant relief, it's like, boom. And so it's about being prepared, because when you do that, expect it to happen. It's important so you're not caught off guard. They're that powerful is what I mean. They're that powerful. And that's a big deal. Here's a comment. So excited for this one. Tried the negative energy exposure and this effect was amazing. I felt so calm and happy. First time in months. When I did the negative energy exposure, I felt tingles. Tingles. That was it was the negative energy that was releasing and leaving. Tingles. Here's a comment right here. What happens in the body with the shots is real. Oh, it's real. Oh, it's real. You can't avoid it. You can be somebody that's just like, no, nothing's going to happen, whatever. You do the brain shot therapy. You sit down with it for a second. It's going to happen. Here's a comment. I noticed an instant feeling in my head after the day 1 negative energy exposure shot. That one was so potent. This is day 2, Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer. And I am absolutely thrilled and excited about this one because I know all of us carry a little bit of hurt. Some of us carry a lot of hurt. Some of us carry a moderate amount of hurt. Some of us carry a little bit of hurt. Some of us get exposed to problems that come our way. Some of us had it years ago. Here's a comment. I cannot believe how this works. My husband and I both feel so calm. Well, that's the thing. You don't even have to believe. There's people that aren't believing that these can work. And they're trying them. And they're like, I can't believe it. I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, what's going on? Here's a comment right here. My brain works so much better on these. Oh, yeah. You don't have to be a believer. And I've said that about medical meme information in the past. You don't have to believe it. Do your celery juice and get rid of those problems and start healing up all the symptoms, right? You don't have to believe in celery juice for it to work because it works. When it comes down to these brain shot therapies, you don't have to believe in the brain shot therapy. Just get ready because it works. And you can be the judge of it. You can be the judge of it. They're really potent. They're really powerful. But get ready for the trolls. Because that's what happens. Get ready for the people that want to stop the healing from happening in the communities. Get ready for them, because they're going to be paid to pretend they're doing the shot and pretend it didn't work for them. So get ready for that, because that will be on its way, because this is exploding out there. Books are getting around the world. People are having life-changing results from these brain shot therapies. And what that does is that creates a problem with darkness, like the pharmaceutical companies, big pharma, pharmaceutical companies. And what happens is then all of a sudden the paid for stuff comes in like, oh, those didn't work, those brain shots for me, and they never even tried it. The 5G shot is amazing. It's really helping my whole family. Incredible. That's an amazing comment right there. That's so good. I love the 5G shot for sure. Love it. So what happens is, if whether you believe it or not, if you do administer these into your life, you're going to feel them and they're going to be life-changing. I was told that's how it would work, and it does. It does it for anybody I know who's using this and everything else. All right. So, I took a little bit about this. The medical medium brain shot therapy is uncharted territory. Never been done before. It doesn't matter what kind of alchemy somebody thought they were mixing a bunch of fruits and vegetables in some shots or glasses or drinks. This is an entirely different situation. It's specifically for these targeted areas, specifically for what someone's dealing with the right combinations. But we would never know what the right combinations are. I would never know in a million years. Even if I was a guy that was an avid juicer, I was a juicing fan, I would never know what to put together. It would be impossible. There's no food science that would know. There's no science research that would know. There's no nutritionist that would know. I would never know. No one would know what exactly you need to put together just right to make that happen so something changes inside the brain. It comes from above. It's the only place it could be known from. It's the only place we can get that information. These are special configurations, synergistically combined, just right to crack the code of how a fruit, an herb, how a leafy green, how a wild food and vegetables can work as medicine. While creative juice concoctions are out there, can make all the creative juice concoctions we want. We can put together all these things. It's not going to do this. These brain shots come from above. The healing shots of medical medium brain shot therapy are tools that come from above. These brain shots are composed of specific combinations of ingredients working together systematically, you guys, for specific reasons that only a source above could know. The relationships among these ingredients are intricate and unknown to anyone. So the relationship that these have together in all these brain shot therapies, there's 30 brain shot therapies. If you don't know the medical medium books, I'm reading right out of Brain Saver. If you don't have one, go to Amazon.com US or wherever. So there's 40% off right now at Amazon.com US right now. Get both the books. They're both critical. They're both needed. Can't just have one, you have to have both. And the reason why, they were all one big book originally, too big to publish, weighed 10 pounds. They had to cut it into 2 huge books. And that's the whole point. So we got the Brain Saver book and we got the Brain Saver protocols, right? You have to have both of them right there. And that's the whole point. They were one huge book, like I just said. The relationships among these ingredients are intricate and unknown to anyone. Until now, this knowledge from above was untapped. This is one of the huge surprises out of the Brain Saver books I wanted everybody to experience. But here's the thing. The brain shot therapies build on themselves. And man, when you do the brain shot therapy cleanses, there's 7 different brain shot therapy cleanses, and that leads us to the next part. We're doing the entry level, and we're doing a 10-day entry level. Here's a comment. I can feel a change within myself that I just can't explain. I find myself looking at the trees outside my window and feeling completely connected. That's what happens when the brain shots get to the brain, when those right combinations. Another comment, I did the burnout stabilizer, one of my favorites, because I am trying to purposely burn myself to the ground working 20 hours a day and burning the candles at 4 end. I like the burnout stabilizer too. So I did the burnout stabilizer this morning and I felt tingling running through my brain. Well, that's the thing. A lot of people are going to feel that tingling. I felt the tingles going down my neck and my spine on the negative energy exposure shot. Incredible. It's incredible. It feels like electricity. Can't wait to try the next one. And that's another thing. We're going to talk about electricity a little bit, what happens with betrayal and broken trust. So if we get betrayed, or if we have broken trust happen in our life, we've been let down, something happens in the brain, it heats up, the electricity goes crazy. So we got to talk about that. So anyway, we're in the medical medium brain shot therapy. We're going to talk about the levels. So we're going to talk about the entry level next in a little bit. But first, we're going to go to page 76. I'm going to read a little bit about what happens in our brain. As we go through life, we come across difficult situations, betrayal, loss, heartbreak, loneliness, confrontation. All of us experience these one way or another, somehow or some way. And boy, is that true. We get emotionally hurt. If we don't recognize we've been emotionally hurt, it doesn't do us justice. We have to have that validation that we've been emotionally hurt. And the physical aspect of this goes wholly ignored. And here's one of the most incredible parts of what we're talking about today. And it's in the Brain Saver books. When we get emotionally hurt, something happens physically to our brain that's completely ignored. Medical research and science doesn't know. Other health books, whatever, don't know. We need to address the physical core strength of the brain, so that no matter what we're experiencing emotionally or what we're thinking, that inner core strength of our brain can survive emotional injury. So the point is, you guys, we're going to always have some kind of inconsistency in our life. And we're going to have some kind of emotional blow, whether it's mild, small to somebody else, bigger to another, whatever it is. Big to somebody else, smaller to another, whatever it is. We're going to always have something come our way. That's just life on planet Earth. And so, but we can actually do some real healing inside the brain, strengthening the core of the brain. You strengthen the core of the brain, then we have an entirely different story going on. Then we can handle emotional blows. Now we're talking about the betrayal and broken trust stabilizer shot, which is incredible. That's one way to really get down into it, strengthen the brain to help it heal from emotional blows, so we're less triggered as well. When we have loss or betrayal, our physical brain can become injured. How do you like that? What science research, what our best psychiatrists, what our best anybody in health and wellness in the world doesn't know is that when we have any kind of emotional blow, something happens physically inside our brain. So when something goes wrong and we're betrayed, our physical brain can become injured, especially if our brain doesn't have what it needs. And that's the problem too. We need to have what our brain needs. Like, we need the information, right? We need the things we need for our brain. You guys, this is exciting because we're doing this betrayal shot. I can't wait. I want to jump to it right away, actually. Part of what injures the brain is not the broken trust itself. So our trust gets broken, but that's not all that is what it's about. It's the fire that occurs when an event like this happens. It's the fire. You get upset because we've been let down and betrayed or some kind of broken trust. Fire occurs in the brain. Our brain ignites. It lights up. It gets hot. So if there was an old breakup relationship, if there was a misunderstanding, if we were upset about something, if somebody broke our trust or let us down or whatever it is, there's a fire that just explodes inside our brain. And that fire is where we get in trouble. That fire is the heating up of the brain, an intense electrical heat. Someone had something right 2 years ago when they called somebody hot-headed or blow off steam. 300 years ago when they called somebody hot-headed. They had that right. That was one thing they actually had right, was we can get hot-headed or need to blow off steam. Not that someone needs to be angry for this to happen. So that's another point too. You don't have to be angry for the brain to just burn up in heat, the electricity of the brain. You don't have to be mad. You don't have to be angry. You can be quiet. You can be peaceful looking. You can be laying in your bed, but upset internally. You can be lying there upset. Someone's looking at you and you're not reacting. You're just standing there or lying there in bed, but inside you're hurting, and you're hurting deep inside. Why did that person break up with me? How come it didn't work out? What went wrong with this other thing? And whatever it is that's happening in your life, any kind of letdown, how come they didn't accept me into the school I wanted to go into? Whatever it is, how come I didn't get that job? How come I was fired? Whatever it is, when you're sitting down, lying down, standing there, whatever, and you're thinking about it, you're burning hot. And that's just how it goes. Sometimes we're not even showing emotion, and the fire within our brain burns hotter than ever. You could be lying in bed, hurt by betrayal, not expressing a word, hurt by a friend. A friend could have hurt you. And someone who saw you wouldn't even know you were burning up inside. More coming here. Because publicly known medical research and science only knows a tiny fraction about the brain. So that means research and science really doesn't know a lot about how the brain works. If by some miraculous chance the earth is still alive 1,000 years from now and not blown up and not tore and broken, if the earth actually exists and life is on the earth 1,000 years from now, we're still not going to know. If the earth is just a rock that's dead, floating in space, no matter what, we're still not going to know. Science and research does not have advanced enough information, and they never will, about this. What happens when we get emotionally hurt and the injuries that happen inside the brain. Even though the overheating of our physical brains can't be weighed or measured, it is just as real as the burn you feel from touching a hot stove. It's as real as spilling hot coffee on your lap. It's as real as walking barefoot across scalding parking lot at the beach. This heating of the brain occurs instantly when we experience an emotional challenge of any kind. What I'm trying to tell you right here, I'm reading some information in here, but what I'm trying to say is the Betrayal Broken Trust Stabilizer takes down the heat. But it also helps to heal that betrayal that happened to us. It helps to heal from any of those emotional injuries that happened to us. It helps to heal the physical injury inside the brain. So when you take that brain shot therapy, all kinds of stuff can happen. And everybody can experience a little bit of a different situation because they may have been hurt emotionally different than someone else was hurt emotionally many years ago or recently. So when we do this brain shot, the stabilizer, something can change. And it will. First of all, anything percolating like old betrayal that's been stuck inside the brain, circulating within the neurons, can get blasted out, knocked out, pushed out by the brain shot therapy. Second, any injuries that were sustained along the way from any kind of emotional hardship, creating blood vessel damage, overheating of the neurons and nerves inside the brain and the nerve cells and the glial cells can start to heal, because there's something within this combination nobody ever knew existed. And in this combination is the secret to unlocking the betrayal and broken trust injuries. Amazing. So medical medium brain shot therapy cleanses. We're doing the entry level cleanse. That's the one we're doing. It's 10 days. This is day 2. So I want everybody to know where we are now. If you just got here and this is brand new to you and you just happen to hop on here, this is a free brain shot therapy challenge cleanse. And you can go to medicalmedium.com. You can sign up. You can get your PDF, which is the grocery shopping list and all the information you need for free. It's all free. Medical medium brain shot therapy cleanses. I'm on page 516 of Brain Saver. These cleanses are imperative for what's to come in this world. Have you noticed it hasn't been easy out there? People getting sick, people struggling. There's a lot of toxicity. The onslaught of domestic chemical warfare in our homes, like the air fresheners and the scented candles and the cleaning agents and the pesticides, herbicides, and the insecticides, all of that, it's all in our face every day. When you embark on these cleanse options, and we're doing level 1 and it's a 10-day cleanse, you're using your free will and your intention to clean and project this stuff out of your body. That means that if we're not just up against actual physical chemicals, we're also up against betrayal and broken trust. We're up against that as well. That can harbor inside of us, just like a toxic chemical can, just like a heavy metal can, just like anything can inside our brain. So we're going to be using the Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer to propel and rocket that out. Here's a comment. Yes, felt a tingle with the burnout shot and a boost of extra energy. And with the negative energy exposure shot, I felt so happy that I called a friend and we had a hilarious conversation. And you know, when you have that hilarious conversation, that joy, and you're actually laughing and you feel lighthearted, the healing that happens from that alone. So the negative energy exposure shot was activating that joyous healing inside. It's really incredible. The brain shot therapy cleanses, and we're doing the entry level, you guys, are beyond just the physical. These are also metaphysical. That's the whole point. It's all about the soul. It's all about our emotional state, mental state. Here's a comment. I got my life back because of those shots. They're truly a miracle. Wow, Bernadette, I am so happy that you got your life back because of these shots. They're so potent, they're that powerful, and they're miraculous. I mean, that's what I'm telling my friends. That's what I'm telling people that are just opening, people that I know that they contact me and they're like, hey, I just opened the book, I'm doing the brain shot, and my life just changed. It's about the subconsciousness, the consciousness, our soul, and our physical brain. All of that needs house cleaning. And the brain shot therapies help to house clean all of that. The brain shot therapies also help to connect our subconsciousness, consciousness to our physical brain, to our soul. So many people get disconnected. Their subconsciousness and their consciousness completely disconnected. Their soul and their subconsciousness completely disconnected. Their consciousness and their physical brain completely disconnected. So people walk around disconnected. And what you're going to find when you're doing these brain shot therapy cleanses is you're going to find a connection happening. And you're going to be like, wait a minute, just like that comment I read earlier when someone was saying they were looking out their window, I think, right? And they were looking at the trees and feeling so connected. What happens is with the brain shot therapy cleanses, and the brain shot therapy cleanses is that, and the shots, they're connecting pieces that are disconnected in us. When our consciousness is too far from our consciousness. When our physical brain itself is disconnected from our soul. When our soul is disconnected from our consciousness. All this that's happening inside here. And so what the brain shots are doing is starting to actually bring it all together. And when that comes together, these experiences happen. And you're actually witnessing yourself what these experiences are like. Here's the part that I was reading about yesterday. These cleanses purify your brain temple. So this is your temple right here. I know that a lot of people say, well, my body is my temple. My physical body is my temple. That's the temple. That's the temple. The temple is the place where the soul resides. The true temple is here. It's the brain, because the true temple has the ghost in the machine. The true temple has the soul inside the physical brain. So you're purifying your temple, your brain temple. Here's the incredible part that I was reading yesterday. Your intuitive, psychic, telepathic, clairvoyant skills will start to surface. Think about that for a minute. So when you're doing these brain shot therapy cleanses, like the entry level right now, our 10-day cleanse, we're on day 2, if you just got here, we're working on surfacing your intuitive, psychic, telepathic skills. Your clairvoyant skills that everybody has inside of them. Everybody has the ability inside of them. But we're actually clearing the air. We're ridding things that shouldn't be in the brain. We're also jump-starting the brain. And that's what these brain shot therapies do. They shock the brain out of triggers, pushing away things that shouldn't be there. Reigniting and rewiring. And here's one of my favorite parts. These spiritual and physical cleanses, like the brain shot therapy, is rewiring our brain. And that's another reason why people have profound experiences. Because a rewiring is happening. So there's a multitude of things in the process when you do these brain shot therapies. It's healing the physical brain. It's healing the soul, metaphysical brain. It's connecting the subconscious consciousness and the consciousness. It's rewiring and reconnecting everything. And when you think about all that and you put that all together, it's no wonder why they work. Instant relief is happening. And of course, you're doing the other medical medium tools because you want to work on other problems and you want to work deeper into other areas. Because the books have lots of information in them. But the brain shot therapies are profound and powerful all on their own. So let's head to the brain shot therapy. Well, actually, we're the entry level. Let's just talk about that for a little bit. So we're in the entry level of the brain shot therapy cleanse. We're doing the 10-day version. Now you can do a 20-day, you can do a 30-day. You can pick any shot you'd like. Now we chose the shots that we're using. We chose the 10 shots for this brain shot therapy entry level cleanse. You guys want to do the robot with me? Let's go. Let's crank up the music. What kind of robot can you do? Don't you love when the music stops and you're in the middle of a good move? All right. We're in the entry level. Drink 1 brain shot per day. Your choice. 10-day, 20-day, or 30-day. We're doing the 10-day. You can carry this on for 20 days. You can carry this on for 30 days. It's day 2 of the medical medium brain shot therapy cleanse challenge. Your choice of which brain shot option from day to day. If you want to do a different one, do a different one. If you don't want to do the betrayal and broken trust one today, but you wanted to do the negative energy exposure or another one, or the EMF exposure or something else, you're welcome to do it. Incredible. I love it when you do the robot, Anthony. So funny. Thank you. Try to drink a minimum of 50 ounces of water every day when you're doing this. So make sure you're drinking some water, because remember, you're cleansing. Now here's the thing. Don't put the water right next to the brain shot. So when you do your brain shot, don't just guzzle some water. It's like, here's my brain shot going down. Oh, I'm going to drink a whole bunch of water now. Don't do that. Got to keep a light heart. It's important. Life is hard enough. A little fun and humor is always the way to go. You guys know it's important. But here's the thing. Don't do water with your shot. Don't juice your shot and dump water in there. Don't dilute this shot. Don't dilute the medicine. But you do need 50 ounces, a minimum of 50 ounces of water every day when you're doing the brain shot therapy cleanse. Now we're in the entry level. So back to this again. We're drinking 1 shot per day, but here's the thing. You can do 2 or 3 shots a day. I'm doing 3 shots a day. Yesterday, I did 3 negative energy exposure shots. You could do 1 a day, and that's fine. They're really powerful. I did 3, and I did them periodically through the day. Today, I'm doing 3 betrayal and broken trust stabilizer shots. And I'm going to space them out. I'm not going to do them like every 10 minutes and send them down. I'm going to do 1, wait a little while till later, do another, then maybe at the end of the day, do 1 more. Try to wait 15 to 30 minutes before you do something else, like eat. So before you eat something, so when you do your brain shot stabilizer, your brain shot exposure, your brain shot shifter, whichever one you choose out of the 30 brain shots, when you do it, don't just eat something like 5 minutes later, 2 minutes later. Don't down a whole bunch of foods yet. Give it some time. Try to give it 15 minutes minimal. There's more details in the book, and that's what's incredible about even with children doing the brain shot therapy too. So you could get all the details about children doing the brain shot therapy and adults and all the details around it. So we're doing our shot. So let's get ready for it here. I'm actually really excited, you guys. So we're in the stabilizer shot. So these brain shots are designed to stabilize you. That's the whole point. It's about stabilizing. It's about also uprooting and propelling out of you. It's also about rewiring. So all these things matter. We're in the betrayal and broken trust stabilizer right there. We're entry level. It's 10 days. We're on the 2nd day. And we're getting ready to do it. So let's roll. So, I'm going to get the juicer out right here. I'm excited about this. You guys got your juicer? Now, you can use any juicer, but this is the MM1500 right here. It's on sale. It's 20% off right now. And we're going to be doing the Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer shot. I have the juicer ready. Now, what's incredible about this juicer, and it's why I like it, it's not just that I work with them. I work with them because it squeezes. It has a compression. It squeezes as much juice that can possibly be squeezed, and I can't find that with other juicers. So with the rising cost of food, this juicer actually saves me money. So every time I use it, it's paying for itself over and over again, and that's what I love about it. And that right there, that's one thing out of a bunch of things I love about it. So It's about the drier pulp in the basket where it's so dry. And this is the MM1500. It's 20% off at Omega, right? You'll see the link in the description. So this is the one. It's the MM1500. It's also really quiet if you don't want a screaming loud juicer. So I love it all on its own for that. And there's also the metal gear. It doesn't have metal gears rubbing against each other like other juicers do, where they're grinding the metals rubbing against each other. And so I thought I'd show you guys this because it's the one I use. Everybody asks me about a juicer or whatever. What's the best kind? This is the one, and it's on sale right now. So let's start right now. 1/2 inch of turmeric going in here. So I'm going to put a piece of turmeric in here. It's exciting. All right. Next one is going to be frozen mango. About 1/2 cup. Half a cup of frozen mango. Now, you can use fresh mango. You're allowed to do that, of course. If I had a fresh mango, I would be doing a fresh mango. But the frozen mango works really incredible. It's a great way of doing it. I love frozen mango, personally. Put a little bit more. I'm going to get about 1/2 cup in here. Just grabbing some pieces that aren't so frozen. Okay. Now I'm going to do 1/2 peeled lime. You guys have your lime? So I'm going to cut this lime in half. I peeled it already. There you go. Now it's going to go in. Now I'm going to go with 1/4 cup of tightly packed spinach. Now I have a way of doing it in my hand where I can kind of measure it. I've actually done this where I've done this in my hand, then I put in a measuring cup so I know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going with 1/4 cup of tightly packed spinach. If you had anything happen in your life, any kind of betrayal on any level, even on the most mildest form, like you sat on the phone with the phone company waiting to get help and they disconnected you and you waited for 2 hours, get the Betrayal Broken Trust shot out right away. So we're doing 1/4 cup of spinach in there and then 1/2 stalk of celery. Okay, there we go. Let that do its thing. And then we're going to do a 1/16 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, but the cinnamon is going to go into the juice when you mix it up at the end. So you don't want to put your cinnamon in here. I mean, you probably could put it in your juicer right there, but it's probably not the best way to go. You really need to just put it in the container wherever your juice ended up, and you put that 1/16 of a teaspoon of cinnamon in there. All right. I'm excited. So you got your little strainer, and then what you can do is kind of massage any leftover juice through the strainer, whatever strainer that you have. I'm like a little nervous because I've been betrayed. I know there's people that don't want to think they've been betrayed once in a while or in their life at some point, and that's okay, but it can still sit inside of them and wreak havoc, and if we don't get it out of us, it can stay in there and then be like a silent darkness that resides inside of us, inside of our brain. Put a little cinnamon here. There we go, 1/16 of a teaspoon. And then what happens is we walk around with that broken trust Those wounds, we walk around with that betrayal, the wounds inside of us. We walk around with it for years. And then we get betrayed again, somewhere, somehow. And then when that happens, it adds on to the old wounds and we get triggered. Sits inside of us. We have the shot. You guys have yours ready? Here it is. The thing is, as I sit with it for a second, before I send it down, I connect with it because I know what it's going to do and I already feel it. I feel something, kind of a sensation, because I'm smelling the ingredients and getting ready. And then I let it sit. It's getting to my brain. It's hitting my brain. It absorbed right through my mouth. You can feel that absorption go right through your mouth and right into your throat, getting right to the brain. I feel it going to my forehead. And I'm thinking about so many things that have happened in my life. And I know it's leaving. Because there's an ignition happening. There's a rewiring happening. I'm going to do a little bit more. Woo! I could feel it. Bartender, give me another. To know that those ingredients were put together just right for this reason, incredible. You're taking yours? Amazing. Michelle says, I'm crying. It's working. I could feel like a little bit of a welling up in my eyes. You know, like as if, I don't know, as if I cried or something, but I didn't cry right now. But yet I feel like I did. And that's incredible because I'm really thinking, because I have this experience as if I just cried. I have this experience like I was crying for an hour and I'm not crying anymore, but I have an experience as if I did or something. I'm feeling that. This one has a really unique flavor, does it ever? But you can just read the flavors as it's happening. Have you guys tried this brain shot? What did you feel? What did you experience right now? What are you experiencing right now? Can you please share a story, post a post or a story, tag at Medical Medium, hashtag Medical Medium, so I can see them and then repost them too. Because, oh my God, I actually feel like emotional, but I don't feel the emotion. I feel like it was already there and it's leaving me. It's so strange. It's almost like angels have gifted me the ability to get rid of whatever that was, the hurt, without me having to go through like the experience again. How can I explain that? Are you guys having that at all? Because that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like I'm clearing it out. And I feel like I cried, but I didn't. But I feel like I'm clearing it out, but I'm not hurting. You know, as it's leaving. This is like being really like a cloud lifting. It's incredible. And you guys, when you post your stories or share your stories, videos are best because they're easy to share. So tag at Medical Medium, hashtag Medical Medium. This is day 2, Betrayal and Broken Trust Stabilizer. There's something that happens when a little bit of that cinnamon is mixed with exactly these other 5 ingredients that nobody would ever know about that came from above. Truly a miracle. I can't say enough. I just saw somebody said, I got to get this book. If you're going to get the book, Amazon.com US is 40% off. Get it for family members, gifts. holidays, whatever. And this isn't just the book. It's 2 books. They were one huge book, but my publisher said we can't print it. It's too big. It would be 10 pounds. They had to be broken into 2 massive books. They're packed with information. Right there. It's the Brain Saver books. You guys, be the judge yourself. Read the content. Be prepared to be mind blown. I feel, are you feeling that from the Betrayal and Broken Trust shot? I don't know. I mean, I believe that even if like the worst troll on the planet came on right now and said something really terrible, I don't even think I would get upset on any level. I feel so good. Allison says, I totally just burst out crying with a huge healing release. I feel the healing release and I feel like I already cried. Does that make any sense? Michelle says, such a release. Rachel Clark says, I just want to hug myself. Suzanne says, I am with chills in my entire body, ready for another shot. I'm doing 3 of these shots today is what I'm doing. I'm doing 3 of them. I'm going to do 1 later and then 1 later on. Sharon says, I've been doing the advanced cleanse with 3 shots a day and experience profound clarity. Do you guys have the MM1500? It's 20% off right now, which is unbelievable. It's the MM1500. It squeezes all the juice out of the ingredients so that you save money and you're not buying double the celery, double the spinach, double the turmeric, double the whatever it is that's going to be in these, double the mango. You're not buying double and having to run double through to get that much juice like all the other juicers. This is the juicer that actually saves the community money. If you guys are juicing and doing this, it saves me money because it pays for itself over and over again because of that very squeezing method that's in there. Anyway, just thought I'd tell you so you know. Mildred said, what's in the shot that makes me want to dance? That's the thing. You're unique, and everybody might have a unique experience with these brain shot therapies. Keep that in mind because you're unique, and what has happened to you in your life or what you're going through is unique. So experience different things. Like I'm experiencing this thing where I thought I just cried for an hour, but I didn't. But yet it feels like that, and my eyes are kind of like welled up as if I did cry. And I feel this lightheartedness, but at the same time, like something left that shouldn't have been there. Karen says, wow, that shot is crazy good. I wasn't expecting anything to happen. My eyes started to almost water. That's the whole point. Like I cried. I felt tingling in my mouth of all places. I feel great now. And what you're going to notice with the brain shot therapies, many of them are going to create this tingling, this mysterious tingling of healing because you're rewiring. The rewiring is happening inside your brain. So keep that in mind. And one thing, like Karen said, I wasn't expecting anything to happen. Well, that's why I was trying to forewarn everybody. Because people are not going to expect an instant result, but you're going to get an instant result from the brain shot therapies. I have to forewarn you. I don't want you caught off guard. Jeannie says, I feel like I don't have to take hurts personally anymore. Well, that's why I said if the worst troll on the planet came on and said some horrible, grotesque thing or some terrifying thing, I actually wouldn't get upset right now. I would just feel sorry for the troll. It's unbelievable what has happened right here. So, it really is. 7 brain shot therapy cleanses in these books. Can you imagine? 7 brain shot therapy cleanses. We're doing the entry level. 30 brain shots to choose from. We're choosing the 10 we're choosing for this brain shot therapy cleanse. If you got on here and you don't even know what's going on here and you're like, who's, how, what, where? Go to medicalmedium.com, sign up to the brain shot therapy cleanse, download your free PDF. It's free. It's free. If you don't want to get the book on sale on Amazon.com, then just go to your library, beat down their door and say, I want the Medical Medium Brain Saver books. Tell the library you want both the Brain Saver books. Get it for free. I don't care. Everything can be free. The brain shot therapy cleanses have an ability to rid people of 100 symptoms over time. By the way, there's over 300 symptoms, conditions, and protocols, incredible protocols for advanced conditions when people are really suffering and struggling inside the Brain Saver books. There's 7 brain shot therapy cleanses and 7 heavy metal detox cleanses, including advanced and the extractor, the protocols for 300 symptoms, conditions, and 100 plus recipes. There's 12 books in both these books, 6 books minimum in each book. That's why they're so big. That's why they're so packed and everything. Told you guys about the heavy metal detox cleanses in here too. So yeah. Woo! That was day 2. We're getting ready. You guys are going to be there for day 3, right? I hope you don't miss it. I'm hoping you don't miss it. You guys want to do the robot with me right now? Let's do it. Let's do the robot. I'll see you tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow. What? These brain shots are doing something to me. I don't know what it is. I can't describe it. I don't even know what's happening right now. Like, what is this? Tomorrow's day 3 of the Medical Medium Brain Shot Therapy Cleanse Challenge. Guess what we're doing tomorrow? OMG. OMG. We're doing the Obsessive Thoughts Shifter Brain Shot. You want to experience something? Get ready for the Obsessive Thought Shifter Brain Shot. Get ready for that. That's a whole nother level. You guys will do the robot on the way out here. Come on. I'll see you guys tomorrow.